So may I come in?
Hiya, come.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Prateek?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Prateek, sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Prateek, what is your optional?
So anthropology.
Anthropology.
Anthro.
Yes, ma'am.
And when is your interview?
Sir, I haven't received the dates yet.
Oh, which means March.
Yes.
Is this your first interview?
No, sir. Second interview.
Second. When was the first?
So last year.
Acha. How much did you get?
151. 51.
151.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Prateek, your father is Additional Central Provident Fund Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But consultant is he not an employee? Is he outside employed as consultant or what?
So my mother is a consultant. My father works in the
Oh, your father is
EPFO.
additional CPF commissioner, you say.
Yes.
Okay, and your mother is a consultant for what, you say?
So she consults people regarding bonsai and bonsai cultivation.
Bonsai.
Bonsai.
Acha, bonsai. Okay. Wonderful. What is this whole business of Provident Fund? What is Provident Fund, you say?
So Provident Fund is a security scheme for salaried employees in which the employee as well the employers, they contribute a certain amount towards the future security for the employee.
And for the unsalaried employees,
Yes, sir.
kind of, who are on wages, what is the kind of a safety net, if there is any?
So there is a scheme of public provident fund, which is also similar to the employees provident fund. However, in which the employers, they do not contribute any amount. The person themselves have to contribute the amount.
Okay. And you live in a place called Kidwai Nagar?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who was Kidwai? Mr. or Mrs.?
So Mr. Rafi Ahmed Kidwai.
Okay. Tell me some lady who was famous in Kidwai.
Sir, I cannot recall any.
Have you heard of Mohsina Kidwai?
No, sir.
No. Oh, I think she was a minister.
Yes.
You have done aerospace engineering.
Yes, sir.
So will you take civil services for a flight or what? What is the intention?
Sir, I hope to provide further lift to the very, very revered Institute of Civil Services. So I hope to take it to further heights.
Okay, good. But how come and why from aerospace to civil service?
Sir, I decided to pursue engineering after completing my 12th standard because I had an interest in science and engineering. And within engineering, aerospace engineering really fascinated me. So I decided to pursue aerospace engineering. But civil services was an inclination from a very young age. It offers me multi-dimensional opportunities in the future to work for the public. Yes.
Okay. You studied in IIT Kanpur.
Yes, sir.
Sketching is one of your hobbies.
Yes, sir.
Can you sketch one of us? Or
Yes, sir.
how much time will you take?
Sir, for a half decent sketch, I would take around 1.5 to 2 minutes.
1.5 to 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll see. If we have time, then we'll ask you to sketch. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Prateek.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Prateek, US President Biden,
Yes.
few days after taking over as president, he was talking to an aerospace engineer, Swati Mohan. He said that Indo-Americans have taken over United States. Indian Americans have taken over United States. On what ground he might have said like that?
So there is a significant diaspora of Indians present in the USA who are working in a diverse set of fields, specifically the software companies and especially NASA.
Prioritize your answer. Prioritize the points.
So Indians are working in very reputed institutes like NASA, and they have led several missions on their own. That is why that comment
First
might
point, should it not be Vice President of United States, and then the
Yes,
things
sir.
which you have mentioned?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, related with Delhi,
Yes, sir.
as we all know, Delhi is one of the most polluted capitals of the world.
Yes, sir.
There are so many steps which have been taken up by the government, by the central government, as well as by Delhi government. Has those measures not been taken, the situation would have been much worse. So, which are the steps which have been taken up by the center or NCT of Delhi during past 2 decades? Just prioritize them and just name the points. Points in brief.
Sir, one is the graded response action plan.
Oh, that's there. I'm saying during the past 2 decades. That is actually graded action plan is कि अब तो हो गया अब क्या करें
Yes, sir.
है ना
Yes.
हो ही
Sir,
नहीं for
sir.
that yeah
Sir, there have been curbs and limitations put on the industries regarding
okay that is
pollution.
there
Sir, apart from that, the government has banned plying of vehicles over 10 years for
okay that
diesel
is
vehicles.
there during the past 2 decades. It means starting from
2000.
2000 yeah. Could it be introduction of metros?
Yes, sir.
Could it be introduction of CNG buses?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Then during the past 2 to 3 years, come to that in order of priority.
Sir, I
Which
cannot,
fuel is being used? BS4 to
BS6,
BS6 directly.
BS4 to
We have
BS6,
come to
yes, sir.
BS6.
Yes, sir.
What else?
Sir, electric vehicles.
Electric vehicles, that's there. And entry of trucks.
Trucks. Yes, sir.
So which peripheral expressways? Eastern peripheral expressways and western peripheral expressways. What else? As you have mentioned, electric vehicles.
Yes, sir.
And what else?
Sir,
Closure of thermal power plants
yes, sir. And sir,
nearby.
additionally, sir, dust controlling methods have been used.
Yeah, and related with construction activities also. If
Certainly, yes, sir.
AQI becomes severe, then those activities are stopped.
Yes,
One
sir.
more related with your state of Haryana. Why Haryana is doing much better in sports as compared to other states of the country? Haryana, yeah, place of birth Haryana.
Yes, sir. Sir, Haryana government from a very early stage, relatively early stage, had introduced certain monetary prizes for excelling in sports. So that acted as one of the key measures.
Just points, not in detail. Yeah.
Apart from this, sir, there is a grassroots tradition of participating in sports from a very young age. So there are facilities also. For example, there is a sports university in Rohtak. And apart from that, sir, early success in sports like hockey, kabaddi, boxing, and sir, wrestling. So they have prompted the youth.
Any other points which you have missed? Important, more important than those which you have mentioned?
Sir, the diet of the people also plays a big role.
Yeah, that's there. More than that. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's.
Prateek, you have been living in Delhi for quite some time in Delhi?
Sir, approximately one year.
Only 1 year?
Yes, sir.
Before that?
So before that, my father is in a transferable job, so I lived for 1.5 years in Bangalore, and prior to that, I was studying in Kanpur, so 4 or 5 years in Kanpur.
Okay. Now, tell me about the 5 most interesting things about Delhi. You have been here about a year or so.
Yes, sir. Sir, first would be the public transport system. So Delhi has an unparalleled transport system. Second, sir, Delhi has a very diverse culture. It has a very cosmopolitan culture. People from all over the country reside here. The third, Uh, so apart from this, the urban culture in Delhi, so that is very prominent.
Okay.
Shopping
Like what?
places. So like Connaught Place, Karol Bagh, so these markets, so they are very.
No, most of the cities in India have something or the other, no?
Yes, sir. So, but these are famous all over India.
All over India.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now we'll go to another one topic. You were born in Haryana. What are the issues now with Haryana? Haryana has issues with Punjab now.
Yes, sir.
And there was a meeting recently in Delhi.
Yes, sir. So there are a couple of issues that have taken primary stage. One is the sharing of capital, the issue of capital, Chandigarh, and the second would be the sharing of water.
Mhm. What is the problem?
Sir, Haryana has a relative more shortage of water. There are not any perennial rivers passing through Haryana, and thus there was the program of SYL canal, Satluj Yamuna canal, and there is resistance from the Punjab side to construct this canal.
Mhm. What are your service preferences?
Sir, IAS at number 1,
Yes.
IPS at number 2, third IFS.
Okay. Now, supposing you are posted in Islamabad, you get into Indian Foreign Service, you are posted in Islamabad,
Yes.
and you are let's say, a young officer on your first posting or your second posting there in Islamabad, and your High Commissioner calls you and says, okay, Prateek, give me a paper, small paper, mentioning 4 points on what should we do to improve our relations with Pakistan. What you do write in them? What would you write in them? 4 points.
Sir, one would be improving our trade relationship.
Okay.
So secondly, sir, some degree of settlement over the border issues. While it is a contentious issue, sir, I think prolonged talks with the dispensation can bring us towards a sustainable solution. So apart from that, sir, in sports, sir, more collaboration, more interaction in sports would be beneficial for both countries, and the transfer of art and culture also.
Culture in what way?
So culture, for example, sir, Bollywood. Bollywood has been India's one of the most prominent exports, and Pakistan has a expanding film industry, film and music industry, and so a collaboration would help both the countries in this regard.
My last question to you, Prateek. Have you heard of this word honey trap?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, honey trap basically is a phenomena where certain individuals are used to sort of entrap a person so that they may.
Where is it done usually? Honey trapping?
Sir, honey trapping is seen in recently. It was seen in the case of defense personnel
Okay.
to reveal certain secrets, or in certain ministries,
Mhm.
basically government officials mainly.
Who does that?
Sir, it can be done by sir, foreign countries, elements employed by foreign countries, and other non-state actors as well.
My last question to you, Prateek. What is extraterritorial jurisdiction? Have you heard of this term?
Yes, sir.
Specify.
So can I take?
Yeah, sure.
Sir,
I was thinking.
You just take a minute.
Sir, extraterritorial jurisdiction would refer to where, so for example, India's jurisdiction is limited to the areas of the country, the land boundary and the consulates, etc. Extraterritorial jurisdiction would thus mean outside our territory.
I'll come to that during feedback time. Prateek, I will explain that to you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now let me ask you something about COVID.
Yes, ma'am.
See, you are not wearing a mask.
Yes.
But which are the COVID variants found in India?
Ma'am,
Can you name a few? You may not be knowing everything.
Omicron variant.
Omicron is one.
Yes, ma'am. No, apart
Which
from
was
that,
the most dangerous one? The bodies floating over Ganga and all. Which was the strain?
I cannot recollect the name. Right
Any
now.
any strain? You can't recollect any strain?
Apart from this, no, ma'am.
You have B11 strains, BA series, Delta. Delta was the
Yes,
most
yes, ma'am.
dangerous, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
All of us had COVID during that time. So anyway, now coming second question related to China. Now you find China was the place where the whole thing started. By this time, they should have controlled it. Initially, the WHO praised China
Yes, ma'am.
for having brought everything under control. But now it is re-emerging.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is it so?
One of the reasons is that the vaccine used in China, Sino vaccine, it has not been very effective in controlling and curbing COVID.
Right.
Apart from that, China has a very high population density, and
India
due to
also
very
has a density.
yes, ma'am. But due to very stringent measures during the first wave, so majority of the population of China wasn't exposed to the COVID virus, whereas in India, most of us we were exposed to the virus,
Okay.
and therefore they couldn't develop resistance against the virus.
Okay. Last question. Why is it Gurugram called Gurugram?
Ma'am, it had to do something with history. I'm not able to recall.
Who is this
exactly.
Guru of Gurugram?
I cannot recollect exactly. I have a
It is
faint
Guru
idea.
Dronacharya,
Yes, ma'am.
who gave training to all the fellows, you know.
I wasn't sure about it.
Okay. But you should know it, you know. That's all. Thank you.
Okay.
मैं 3 question पूछे.
Yeah. Good. Okay, Prateek. So you can go out and wait.
Okay.
We'll call you in 2 minutes. If you like, you can make a sketch. Just observe one of us, make a sketch by the time you call me.
Thank you, sir.
You can carry it along.
So may I come in?
Yeah, come.
So although it's not very good, but I try.
Oh, wow.
Good. That's very
Wonderful.
good.
Okay, Prateek.
Thank you. ma'am.
Yeah, you are a good candidate. You know, we are happy to meet you. But there's little bit of, sense of hesitation on your part, you say, not coming out, and you are holding yourself back. You are a young person, very good personality, got very good exposure. I mean, how many people in India is still in IIT Kanpur, isn't it? You are from.
Yes, sir.
So that should come out, that confidence, that articulation, delivery, etc. You say that will help you.
Right,
See,
sir.
and you have got time, so kindly work on that. So work on your DAF and the current affairs. You see.
Yes,
See,
sir.
any question which can arise out of DAF, you see, anything which you have written here.
Yes, sir.
As we have seen, as we are talking to you, our mind is on whatever is written, is sketching, whether is space, etc. So a lot of questions are driven by the DAF.
Yes, sir.
So work on this, and then current affairs. What is the newspaper you are reading?
So Indian Express.
And any economic newspaper?
So no
I
specific.
think you should add one, economic newspaper. By the time your interview comes, you see budget will be over, there will be a lot of questions. Budget will be a lot in discussion in the parliament, you see.
Right, sir.
So that, and then the current affairs, G20 will go on
Yes,
for
sir.
the whole year, you see. Russia-Ukraine war, the impact on the whole world, you see, then COVID, whatever has happened, how it has affected the economy. So all these kinds of things, you see.
Yes, sir.
India's neighborly relations and all. Okay. So current affairs is an open book, you see. Anything can come.
Right,
So
sir.
what you have to attempt is to, through these newspapers, etc., and there are so many sources, just keep in touch. Make note of the important developments, whether judicial, international, sports,
Right, sir.
Things like that, you see.
Yes, sir.
Because the questions are likely to be from that. And then on your own state, Haryana, your father's service, etc., all that. Okay.
Right, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No
Now,
specific
one point
question.
I want to add. Economist magazine, it brings out an New
Yes,
Year
ma'am.
issue. it is expensive, but buy a copy, it goes around the countries, so, and it will give you the latest information.
You can read it online also. Online you can.
It's online
Yes.
also, but online you can.
No, I mean you can subscribe at a very
Subscribe means
reasonable
it's
price.
expensive, but you
Yes.
can buy one issue and.
And our assessment of this interview, do you think you have done better than what you did last time, 151?
Sir, somewhat I did do better.
Yeah, that's what we feel, around say 165 or so. But then you have time, work on it better.
Yes,
You
sir.
can go to 185, 190, you see, and that will help you.
Thank you, sir.
One point,
Yeah.
aerospace, see, it is a specialized subject,
Yes, ma'am.
You have to justify why you
Yes,
want to leave that field and come over to civil service. It will be a very important question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Prateek, I wanted to tell you about something
sir.
extraterritorial jurisdiction. Now, let's say I will just give you what is that. The US embassy premises in Delhi, they're in India, in New
Yes, sir.
Delhi, fine. But the embassy premises, what they have, extraterritorial jurisdiction, as if it's a part of United States of
USA.
America there.
Yes, sir.
So that is called extraterritorial jurisdiction, is a term used in international law. Okay.
Right. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Prateek, thank you and all
Thank
the
you, sir.
best.
What is the picture we didn't see? I think
ये वहाँ पे भी हो सकता है आपका,
नहीं,
और
मुझे
आपने
नहीं,
बड़े
it is nice,
लिमिटेड
it is
पीरियड में
great.
बहुत अच्छा बनाया.
No, in such a short time you.
Yes,
I
जी,
don't know.
less than 2 minutes.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.